Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I'm using my journal for some scrapbooking and junk journaling, and I'm adding my very first reading log. I prepared pictures ahead of time using my HP Sprocket, printing out covers of the stories that I've read. All of the stories featured in this video are manhwa and webtoons. The reason I wanted to start this reading log is because often I will receive some recommendations online and I'll think, oh, that looks interesting, only to realize I've already read it or I'm currently reading it. Or I'll browse through some apps and spot a story that catches my eye and then again realize I've read it before. So this log is a way for me to visually keep track of the stories that I've finished. To prepare the covers, I used the HP Sprocket app to create collages of 4 covers per photo, printed them out, and then cut them apart. The bonus of the HP Sprocket paper is that it's sticker-backed, so all I had to do was peel and stick them to the journal, and there was no extra glue needed. I decided to include the total number of chapters for each one. That way, if I ever wanted to reread them, I can quickly see how long the story is and decide if it's worth the time. As for decorating the log, I don't have fancy stickers or washi tape, so I'm outlining each cover with markers that I feel match the theme of the story or just kind of match the pretty cover art. Now, this log here is just the first set of completed stories I've read. I have more completed stories to add later, and I am also going to be adding some of my incompleted stories and just adding the chapter totals once they're concluded. Some of these stories are wrapping up soon, so I am looking forward to adding them. Some of the stories were amazing, but many were just okay. I opted not to include star ratings because only a few would get a 4 out of 5 stars, and most would fall into the 2 to 3 star range. A common issue I've noticed is that many of the stories start with stunning art and designs only for the quality to drop by the end, or some stories just kind of rush their ending. It's a little disappointing. Looking at the log, I noticed a lot of empty white space. I decided to fill it in with a light gray marker, but it didn't turn out the way I imagined. Instead of stopping, I committed to coloring the entire empty space and regretted it. To fix it, I thought I'd add a bright yellow marker, thinking it would help, but it only made things worse. It ended up looking like I highlighted everything. After walking away for a bit, I came back to try again. My husband suggested using blue. So I took a darker blue marker, knowing it would cover the yellow. This time, I decided to only cover the border instead of the entire space. Then, I went back to the original colors I used to outline the covers and used those to color over the rest of the yellow. Most of the colors covered nicely, although some lighter shades weren't as vibrant anymore. Despite everything, I think this was a decent recovery. Every time I look at it, I laugh at my mistakes. This log is really just for me to track completed stories and avoid accidentally rereading something unless I want to. It's not perfect, but it could have been so much worse. I didn't want to have to glue the pages together or redo everything. I wanted to commit to my mistakes. With the final touches done, this is my first reading log. I plan on making more with additional stories, including some novels I've read. Thank you for watching, and I hope to do better by next time. See you in the next video. Bye!